Hi everyone, it's Sonia again, and today we're talking about, am I overweight? Now, that's not something you're looking at me and thinking. You're thinking that yourself. So you're watching this and you're going to decide whether you're underweight, healthy, overweight, or obese. So today we're going to determine if we're overweight, measure if we're overweight, and take steps to address our overweightedness. It's an actual word. Did you know that? Because I actually used it in my research article. Overweightedness is a word, or obesity. So if health, information, lifestyle trends and travel is your thing, then you are on the right channel and you need to subscribe, because that's what we talk about here. And that's what I want to share with you today. So many of you who have been following me for some time actually know that I completed a master's research in health, and the subject that I looked at was obesity and bariatric surgery. So I have linked that in the description box below, and you'll see a Murdoch repository link. That is my master's thesis, and it will tell you anything that you need to know and lots of great information there. The results from my participants that were interviewed, of course, who are all anonymous, their stories are in that research article and are interesting to read as well. However, some of the things that they experienced, which they identified as indicating that they were obese, were things like, can I walk up a flight of stairs without getting breathless? Can I cross my legs? Do I require a seatbelt extender for travel in an aeroplane? When I park my vehicle, do I leave more distance on my driver's side for me to exit the vehicle? When I look at a photo, do I think, oh my goodness? Now, photos are a great way of being a reference point. You know, I have photos coming up in my feed from 6 years ago. I had one this morning from Facebook, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, I looked thinner back then. So photos are a good way to reference where you are, I guess, and whether you've improved or whether you're letting things slip a little. So, you know, use photos as comparison. They're a good thing. And then, of course, can I, go for a walk or do some form of exercise without getting breathless? And how long can I do it for? So these are the things that the participants in my research actually experienced and commented on. But how do we actually measure if we are overweight? So there is a scale called the body mass index, or BMI. And what that is your height and weight. And I'll put in the subscription box below a link to a site where you can just pop those numbers in and it will work out your BMI, or your body mass index. So your BMI indicates where you are on a spectrum or a scale. So, you know, it will be from underweight, healthy, overweight, or obese, and it will give you a number and where you are along that line. So very helpful. It's what medical practitioners use for when they admit patients, or when nurses admit patients to hospital, when they work out what anesthetic agents to give and at what risk a person is when they come into the health system. So BMIs are very useful. The other way that is also useful is the waist-hip ratio. And I've also put that in the description box below. So you can do both if you wish. And all you need for that is a tape measure, and just measure around your waist and then also around your hips, and then enter that detail and it will work it out for you. So there's two ways of measuring where you are on the health spectrum, really. And both of these will give you numbers that you can work out where you are and what you need to do. So if you're having any troubles with that, definitely go to your GP or general practitioner and say, hey, look, I want to know if I'm healthy or not. Can you work it out for me? And, you know, don't be surprised if your GP turns around and says, oh, your actual numbers indicate that you're overweight or obese. Remembering you just asked that. Don't be offended. It is what it is, okay? So being able to deal with your information and then take steps to address that is key to making changes. So what if you listen to that and you think, oh my goodness, I'm overweight. Oh my goodness, I'm obese. My numbers say I'm obese. Well, what are you going to do? Take steps to address it. You might need to go and see your GP and have a whole baseline set of pathology taken. You'll need things like cholesterol. You'll need things like fasting sugar levels. You'll need things like hormone levels, thyroid levels taken. They're great to have as a baseline. I do this every year to keep an eye on my own health. So go see your GP. You might need to keep a food diary for 24, 48 hours and go and see a nutritionist and say, look, I've put on all this weight. I've looked at a photo from 6 years ago and I've put on so much weight. My BMI says I'm obese. What am I, this is what I eat. Can you help me? And they will. They'll go, oh yes, this is, and they can give you tips and ways to eat and good foods and recipes that you can use. They can also determine if there's a problem with your eating. Are you addicted to eating? Do you eat because you're bored, stressed, lonely? Do you eat because of trauma that has happened previously in your life that hasn't been dealt with, and that's how you deal with it? If it's any of those things, you may need to go and see a psychologist who can actually talk through those issues and help give you strategies to actually deal with those issues. So very important. Okay, the other thing is you can start doing gradual increasing your movement by 20 minutes a day. So do 20 minutes of moving of some sort. It can be up and down your street. It doesn't matter. Start out slow, park your car a long way from the shopping centre and walk to your car. That adds steps, that adds activity. That's a good thing. Okay, so increasing our movement. Concentrate on when we go to bed and when we wake up. Make sure that you're getting 7.5 hours sleep. Sleep is not to be underestimated in helping promote or weight loss. Having good sleep every night is important to your health. The other thing is, what are in your pantry cupboards? So open them up, have a look and get rid of crap. Don't keep the things that are highly processed, highly refined, full of sugar. The cereals full of sugar, the soft drinks that are down on your bottom shelf. Soft drinks, get rid of them. Drink water. If you drink a large amount of alcohol, cut down. Alcohol also adds to your weight. So, just reducing what you, just losing 5 kilos is enough to bring your weight down and actually reduce risk factors. So 5 kilos isn't a lot of weight to lose and puts you in a healthier ratio there. The other thing that you can look at is time-restricted eating. I've actually done this myself and have found it beneficial in losing things like belly fat. Oh, yes, I have some belly fat. And so I've lost a fair bit of that, thank goodness. And, I'm in a healthy range. So this is a good thing. And really, I eat pretty healthfully anyway. I do like lollies though. I still eat the same amount of food. However, I eat it during a certain amount of time. So, I eat my last meal at 6 p.m. at night and I don't eat again until 10 o'clock the next day. So it gives me something like 16 hours of fasting. And that is great for your cells to clean things out that shouldn't be there, and actually helps with preventing aging as well. So, these are all exciting scientific things that have been, discovered and, played with. And fasting is very helpful and beneficial to your health. However, it actually does help you lose weight without really doing much at all. And that's what I like. So if you find that you're constantly struggling with your weight, you're one of those people who have over the years and have had 3 decades of weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, weight loss. If you're one of those people, then you may need to see about surgery and, having something like bariatric surgery. Now, bariatric surgery isn't a fix-all thing. It does have risks, and research shows that within 3 to 5 years, the weight that you lose, 50% of that can be regained. So you need to be aware of this before you go down that track, and all the associated expenses with bariatric surgery, the psychological, emotional effect that it takes on you, and having support and nutritional support, and definitely, the fact that if you're hugely overweight or obese, then once all your weight comes off, you will need body sculpting to get rid of that excess skin that is left behind. So I hope this information has been helpful. Remember, today is the day to start. Not tomorrow, not next week, just cut down a little bit. Just try and eat a bit better, sleep a bit better, move a bit more, and take note of what you're eating and know your numbers and work towards getting them back into the healthy range. So that's it for me today. I hope this information has been helpful for you, and I look forward to sharing with you more next time. Bye for now.